John Rambo. Once a top-tier soldier. A true force to be reckoned with. A hardened veteran of the U.S. Army Special Forces, this man wasn't just a fighter. He was a legend. Honored with the Medal of Honor for his service in the brutal trenches of the Vietnam War, Rambo had seen things. Dark things. No human should have to endure. Pensive face. During his deployment, the horrors didn't stop at the battlefield. He was captured, imprisoned, mercilessly tortured in a POW camp so grim it would haunt his soul forever. Years later, after leaving the military behind, Rambo isn't chasing fame, or even redemption.
Well,
he's drifting through America like a ghost with no destination, just searching for peace. But life doesn't let go so easy. He's not looking to fight, far from it. Yet, the country he served so loyally, the land he bled for, turns cold on him. The very injustice he fought to destroy overseas now stares him dead in the face. Right here at home. Can't you tell he's on edge? Can't you see there's something deep, broken, and ready to snap? I don't give a line thrown so carelessly, like his pain means nothing. It's the year 1980. Somewhere in the heart of the United States, a quiet lakeside town becomes the backdrop of a storm brewing inside one man. A lone traveler. His steps slow, his eyes distant, a faint smile tugging at his lips, arrives with nothing but memories and a purpose. He approaches a humble home nestled near the shore. Two women stand outside, and he asks them gently, "Have you seen this man? The man he once fought beside in Vietnam." The women, his buddy's mother and sister. Crying face. John pulls out a time-worn note. Their address scribbled on it, smudged over the years. An old photo, two soldiers standing tall in uniform. The mother's eyes narrow, her face tightens with grief. Her voice cracks as she tells him their son is gone. Passed away just last year. Not from battle wounds, not from an accident, but from cancer. She believes Agent Orange, the toxic defoliant sprayed across Vietnam, is what killed him. That poison didn't just kill trees. It ruined lives. John is frozen. The words hit like bullets. His heart sinks. He silently hands over the photo, her son smiling back from a lifetime ago. Then, without another word, he turns and walks away. But he's not just walking. He's carrying the weight of another death. Another friend gone. Another piece of him lost. He hits the road. The highway stretches endlessly ahead. By nightfall, he reaches a small town in Washington state, simply called Hope. But for John, there's no hope to be found. Local sheriff Will Teasel spots the stranger immediately. He knows every face in town, this guy. He stands out. Teasel takes one look at Rambo, the long hair, the old military jacket with the American flag patch, and forms his judgment in a heartbeat. To him, John doesn't look like a hero. He looks like trouble. And he wants him gone. Rambo doesn't argue. He doesn't smile. He doesn't explain. He just walks. Teasel offers him a ride, pretending it's kindness. But really, it's control. John hesitates, then climbs in. Says he's headed to Portland. Teasel doesn't buy it for a second. He knows Portland's in the other direction. "You hungry?" he says, but then points him to a diner 50 kilometers out of town. The message. Crystal clear, get out. Teasel prides himself on keeping Hope clean, safe, quiet. And John Rambo, with his silence and scars, feels like a threat. So, at the town's edge, Teasel pulls over. Opens the door. Tells him not to come back. John doesn't protest. He steps out. Will. But under that quiet exterior, something is brewing. As rain begins to fall, John turns. He doesn't wait for the sheriff's car to fade. He walks right back into town. Because that cold dismissal, that unfair treatment, he's not letting it slide. Teasel sees him and snaps. Confronts him. Rambo ignores him completely. When Teasel grabs his arm, bam! Rambo twists out with surgical precision. That's enough for Teasel. He draws his gun and arrests him. Finds a combat knife on him. "Why are you carrying this?" John answers plainly. "For hunting." But Teasel doesn't care. He hauls him off to the station. And that's where things get worse, way worse. Charged with vagrancy, resisting arrest, concealed weapon. The officers start mocking him. Teasel, he just wants control. Smells Rambo's clothes, says the guy needs a wash. John tightens up. The tension in the room. He sees the weapons, the barred windows, everything reminding him of the prison camp. His mind is slipping into the past. He shuts down. Won't speak. Won't cooperate. And Deputy G yanks the dog tags from his neck. Reads it aloud. John Rambo. Still no respect. No understanding. They try to fingerprint him. He resists. Teasel returns, cold and cruel, lays out the punishment. 90 days in jail. $250 fine. Clean him up. That's when the mask begins to crack. They force him to strip. That's when the scars are revealed. Brutal. Mitch, a young officer, sees the pain behind the man and hesitates. We should tell the sheriff. But gee, he's done playing nice. He hits Rambo with a baton. Smiles as they blast him with high-pressure water like he's filth. Then they try to shave him. Straight razor. That's it. The memories explode. Vietnam torture screams fear. He can't breathe. Flashbacks consume him. He snaps. A blur of movement. Rambo strikes back. 1, 2, 3 officers go down. Trained instincts kick in. He escapes. Grabs his knife. Bolts into the rain. In the chaos, confusion takes over. The forest, once so quiet, becomes a battlefield. Shouts echo through the trees. Gunfire rings out, and in the madness, some of the officers start shooting at each other by accident. Can you believe it? Their own fear turns against them. It's total panic. They screaming in fear. By the time the dust starts to settle, only one man still standing without a scratch. Sheriff Teasel. But not for long. Rambo finds him. Quick as lightning, he's there. Sudden, silent, lethal. Before Teasel can even lift his weapon, a knife is pressed to his throat. One wrong move. And it's over. But Rambo doesn't do it. He doesn't kill him. Even now he's holding back. I could have ended this, all of it, his eyes seem to say. But I didn't. All he ever wanted was peace. To be left alone. He makes that clear. No bloodlust, no vendetta, just self-preservation. And with that, he disappears, melting into the forest, taking only a police radio with him. Behind him, the wounded are being carried out. Reporters swarm like vultures, cameras flashing, microphones everywhere. The media frenzy begins. More cops start flooding the scene. State troopers, special units. But even now, Teasel won't give up control. This is still my operation, he insists, his pride louder than reason. Then comes Colonel Sam Troutman. I trained him, he tells the officers with a calm, commanding voice. I led him in Vietnam. For 3 years, he was under my command. And then, the line that stops everyone cold. He was the best damn soldier I ever had. People don't understand what they're dealing with. He can survive anything, Troutman warns them. No food, no water, no backup. Doesn't matter. He's built different. He's alive out there, and that should terrify you. Troutman isn't here to bark orders. He's here to warn them. Let him go. Let the military handle it. When he's calmed down, when he's safe to approach. But Teasel, he's already too deep. Too angry. Too humiliated. No way, he says. We've got 200 men out here now. We'll corner him. We'll finish it. Troutman shakes his head somber. Then you'd better start ordering coffins. Face without mouth. Still, Teasel pulls him aside. Come with me, he says. The town is on edge, bracing for what's next. Meanwhile, out in the wild, Rambo survives. He's deep in the forest, hunting wild boar with nothing but grit and instinct. He carves out shelter inside an abandoned cabin, making fire, staying hidden. Using the stolen police radio. He listens in on the chatter. They're begging him to surrender, but he doesn't speak. Then Teasel does something surprising. He asks Troutman to reach out. Maybe hearing a familiar voice will make a difference. Over the radio, Troutman uses old military call signs. Leader calling Baker team. Do you copy? This is Raven. Come in, Vulture. Rambo hears it. And for the first time he's caught off guard. Names. The voices from the past. Oof. Troutman starts listing members of their old unit, one by one. Rambo finally responds. His voice low, hollow. They're all gone. I'm the only one left. It's a gut punch. Troutman tries to reach him. He tells him it's not too late. He can still walk away. He can surrender and live. But Rambo, he's not buying it. This all started when your sheriff drew first blood. And then silence. But that's all they need. The radio signal has been traced. At first light, officers move into the mountains. But once again, Rambo slips right through their hands. He almost takes out a young hunter but sees the fear in the boy's eyes and lets him go. No threat. Just a kid. But others. Not so lucky. A group of hunters.